Welcome to a new fragrance review. Today we're going to try Sandalwood by Armaf. So I wanted to have fragrance that had oud and rose. So I found this one. I'm going to go with the presentation first. So here is the bottle. It looks a little bit cheap or low quality. There's those little things. I don't know what's that, why it's there and all. It's just weird. Came with some like the painting that already was kind of scratched. Cap. The spray is nice. And this is an Armaf spray. And Armaf, they do nice sprays. The cap is like a little bit cheap. It kind of doesn't really hold well. If you just kind of touch it a little bit, it get out. It's not really nice. Presentation, I think it's low quality and not really well made, which is a bit sad because I feel Armaf, usually they do a good job, not all the time, but they do a good job. You might not like the style of what they do as a fragrance, but usually, or the bottle, but usually the quality of the packaging is there. Now here's for the little box. It says Sterling Parfum, which is a company that owns Armaf and other brands like Jenny Glow and Estiera, Just Jack. Armaf pressed on top, and that's pretty much it. So let's try the smell. So I need to say that some people that compare this fragrance to other fragrance, and none of those on the list are fragrance that I ever tried, except for One Man Show Oud Edition. And I need to tell you that it has absolutely nothing to do with it. All the other one I cannot tell you if it smells similar. First thing that I'm picking up is some kind of sweet aroma chemical on the paper. That sweet aroma chemical actually is sandalwood. And it's not like pure sandalwood, it's just some aroma chemical that smells sandalwood. Picking up some spices. The blend is really hard to distinguish what is what. Nothing really stand out. In my skin it's different, but on paper it seems like the fragrance don't want to open itself. Picking up some citrus a little bit, more in the background. Picking up like some rose, but it doesn't seem to be rose. Kind of a poorly made rose accord. Picking up some cloves, picking up some cumin, picking up some geranium. Not sure if I said it or not. And that's about it. Seriously, on paper, the fragrance is really bad. The first time I tried it, I blind buy the bottle and I did a full wear. And I need to tell you that if I wouldn't have bought the bottle and did a full wear on me, and if the first time that I tried the perfume was on paper, I would have thought it's a really bad perfume and not wanted to wear it at all and not buy it. And I'm happy because it doesn't smell the same at all. On my skin, what I'm picking up, there's a lot of sandalwood in the opening. That's really one of the main thing that's there. There's a lot like theme that's there. That's the real main thing, but I'm gonna say it a bit later. I'm picking up a lot of geranium, a lot of citrus, and a lot of oud. Less than the sandalwood, but still those are really present. Picking up a little bit of clove, a little bit of cedar, a little bit of cumin, and I would say that I'm picking up a little bit of rose, but it seems like it's some kind of broken or poorly made rose accord, but it doesn't necessarily seem like it was not made on purpose. It doesn't seem like a fragrance that they wanted to do a rose accord and that they just missed it and it was not well made. It feels more like they wanted to have some geranium. They wanted to go with that like rose oud kind of fragrance, but do their own take and not go too heavy on the rose. So they went more toward geranium, citrus, and to not fully make the accord on purpose. Don't know if that's the truth. That's gonna be up to you to judge if you like Armaf or not in the end, if you believe that they made a broken accord on purpose so it's more interesting, or if they just screwed up because it's a bad company. You're gonna be the judge for that if you like them or not, but it's just how I'm picking up this specific note in the fragrance, or the specific accord I should say. And the real main theme of this fragrance is actually that it smells like burnt rubber. And I think it's really interesting. It's really bold, really special. It's not the kind of fragrance, it's not like a mass appealing kind of fragrance that you're gonna wear at the office and stuff like that and like, oh wait, it's nice, but it's more like of a novelty. Again, you can decide if it's because Armaf is a bad company or they make bad fragrance, or if it's just intentional. And it's personally, I think it's really interesting. It's obviously some aroma chemical that's doing this, but I think it's interesting. It's kind of smoky and like synthetic at the same time. It's nice, like in a weird way. It's all stuff that seems to be done poorly, but poorly in purpose, that in the end does something interesting. It's probably not a fragrance I'm gonna wear all the time, but still it's a fragrance that I'm gonna be willing to keep exploring and keep wearing. Now, as it keeps going in the heart, then the most dominant note became oud, as it should be in a wood fragrance. And then I'm picking up a little bit of clove, a little bit of cedar, a little bit of sandalwood, a little bit of cumin, and a little bit of geranium that's still there. That kind of broken rose accord is completely disappeared. And also, I'm not really picking up that burnt rubber. It seems to really disappear and being more like traditional, if I can say it like that. And in the base, I'm picking up still a lot of oud and a lot of sandalwood that kicked back again. It's probably like just the way the different aroma chemical are there that makes the sandalwood and the oud disappear and kind of reach the same level toward the end. A little bit of cedar, and I'm picking up some spices. I would say it's most likely cumin that is still there, maybe a little bit of everything. I'm just picking up some spicy note that I cannot describe really properly toward the end of the fragrance, though we'll go more toward cumin than the other spicy notes. Projection of the fragrance is pretty good, a good 6 feet around me. People were able to smell the fragrance. And longevity also was pretty good, 7 to 12 hours, so it was lasting the whole day. For the complete note breakdown, top notes are rose, geranium, and citrus. Heart notes are cloves, cumin, and pepper. And the base notes are oud, sandalwood, and cedar. And where would see this fragrance? For me, it is a business fragrance. It's bold, it's powerful. It doesn't smell like class or classic or anything like that, but it does smell like power. It does smell like someone that don't care, and not like in a good way. They want something, they get it, and I think it's great business scent. As a dating fragrance, I don't really think it's there. It's probably bad, actually. I know a lot of people don't like oud, first of all. Second of all, I don't know a lot of people that enjoy the burnt rubber smell. And like, also everything there is, it's not made to be seductive. It's made to be powerful, bold, and audacious, but not seductive. In the summer winter spectrum, I would make it more toward winter. The whole theme and everything is more dense and powerful for the projection, so it should be able to cut through winter. So I think it might be a bit too heavy, though since it's a rose oud kind of fragrance, I'd like to try it in summer just to see if it's really that bad in summer. So it might be a little bit heavy and a little bit intense for that season, but I believe maybe if you go really smooth on the spray, should be able to make it work. If after all, it's based on Middle Eastern fragrance, and Middle East is a place where it's hot, so somehow it should work. At least that's my logic. And as an everyday scent, I would say that it does smell good and interesting, but it's bold. You might have bad like comments on it. No one said anything bad when I was wearing it. Also, when you wear it and the time you spray it and go to work, that burnt rubber smell should be gone. Fragrance is cheap, lasts the whole day, project well enough so other will be able to smell it. So overall, I think it will be decent as an everyday scent. It's not that style at all, but you would be able to pull it off if you're the kind of person that like more dark, damp, and heavy fragrance. You should be able to make it work. But if you're more fresh kind of fragrance for like work and stuff like that, it might be a bit too much, and I don't think you'll make it work. Overall, I think it's an interesting fragrance. It's not something I would recommend, but if you like novelty, if you like to try different smell, different things, if you're the kind of person that will buy like Sécrétion Magnifique because you heard it smells super bad and you're like, oh, I want to know what it smells. You're probably the kind of person that's going to enjoy this fragrance, and you're probably going to like actually enjoy it, not like fragrance that are made to smell bad and that you keep it for the art and stuff like that. This one you're probably going to actually enjoy it. So it's an Armaf, so it's not the highest quality. It smells synthetic. You have something against that, might not like it either, especially like burnt rubber. It's not like natural. But overall, I think it's a nice fragrance. I enjoyed it. I'm happy that I tried, that I purchased it. It's not the best, it's not the worst. It's good. So, hope you enjoyed the video. If it's the case, well, like and share. If you know this fragrance, tried it before, tell me what you think about it. Also, if you're a big fan of Oud and Rose fragrance, that nice accord that is really typical of wood fragrance, tell me which one is the best, which one I should get, because it's not what I wanted. It's a great fragrance, but it's not what I wanted. So if there's something you can suggest me to have that nice accord and add something in my collection, put it in the comments. So thanks for watching and see you soon.